Jews are one of the wealthiest nations in the world today, to the extent that out of every 4 American billionaires, 1 is Jewish. Jews are truly wealthy in every sense of the word. They teach their children about commerce and money control from the age of 5. Their primary area of success is in business. They are the wealthiest families in the world, and advanced financial networks are somehow connected to Jews. Despite living separately from each other throughout history, not only in Israel but also in Europe and various countries around the world, they have not severed their connections, which has greatly enriched them. Do you know how they have achieved this success? If you are ready, let's start with a video about the history of Jewish wealth that encompasses the entire world. Before anything else, let's see how the tragedies experienced by Jews have turned into astonishing wealth. The first reason for the wealth of Jews in the world is their religious beliefs. Between 70 and 60 AD, during the wars between Jews and Romans, Jews were either exiled to various regions of the Roman Empire or enslaved in those areas after their defeat in these wars. Furthermore, the establishment of new European states over time and the transformation of Christianity into the dominant religion marked the beginning of difficult days for Jews. In fact, according to the Jewish Gospels, Jews had committed many injustices against Jesus, and it was the Jews who pressured for his crucifixion and death. This situation led to animosity between Christians and Jews, marginalizing them among European nations. Before the centuries of emancipation, owning land, acquiring education, serving in the military, and even having royal titles were strictly prohibited for Jews. Even in many places, Jews were forbidden from entering the city center. Due to such discriminatory practices, Jews only had the right to engage in a few businesses, including handicrafts, money lending, and usury, even though usury was considered forbidden in Christianity but allowed among Jews to lend money and charge interest to non-Jews. In a section of the Old Testament, it is stated that when lending money or any other item to your brother, you should not charge interest. You can charge interest from foreigners, but you should not charge interest from your brethren. Act in this way so that when you start working in any country you move to for a living, God will bless your work abundantly. Usury, or loans that require high interest to be repaid, became the foundation of banking and one of the primary occupations in Jewish neighborhoods. Some Jews became wealthy in this way. Even many governments have benefited from the activities of the famous Rothschild family, who are believed to be the wealthiest family in the modern world. However, usury was not the only way Jews became wealthy. At this point, we encounter the second fundamental element of Jewish business success: family connections. Jews would transfer their wealth to trusted relatives in other cities and countries to prevent it from being plundered, thus protecting themselves. That's why Jews have not invested in immovable property for hundreds of years. Their philosophy was to invest in something that is lightweight but valuable to escape with. Relying on this philosophy, they converted all their assets into valuable commodities such as gold and silver. These assets were valuable everywhere in the world and would not be lost in case of exile. Additionally, since their numbers were small and scattered throughout Europe, they had close connections with each other. While Christians had permission to engage in certain activities, Jews did not have that permission. They could carry out those activities among themselves. Take a look around yourself. You have surely seen friends who envy each other because of money. Perhaps you have experienced this yourself, but for a wealthy Jewish person, having wealthy friends and relatives is important and valuable. Being wealthy is important and valuable to them because they cannot survive in any other way, and money begets money. For this reason, Jews initially provided opportunities for their neighbors to work and simultaneously involved their relatives in other countries, which contributed to their wealth. Despite the fact that Jewish tribes were scattered and exiled to different countries, they maintained their connections and bonds due to religious beliefs that they should only marry other Jews. Because of their small numbers, they preserved their relationships and, as a result, supported each other in difficult circumstances. These familial connections have also created the foundation for modern Jewish family businesses. We mentioned that Jews in the countries of their exile did not have the right to trade, engage in commerce, or benefit from education. For this reason, families who were financially well off would send their children to their relatives in other countries. This way, their children could learn different trades and gain a broader perspective of the world. Even today, large Jewish family businesses require their children, after completing their university education, to work in various companies for 5 years, instead of employing them directly in their own company, so they can understand the system in a more realistic manner. A famous Jewish saying beautifully summarizes this training period. If you don't teach your children how to earn money, they will learn to steal. Friends, not only countless individuals like Rothschild and Einstein are Jewish. Do you think Christopher Columbus, who discovered the Americas, being Jewish was also meaningless? Another technique of Jewish business is to sell their conscience along with coffee. Let's compare two large coffee factories. One of these factories produces exceptional coffees according to your taste, and the other allocates a portion of the money you pay for each coffee to provide scholarships for underprivileged African children deprived of education. Which factory do you prefer? One of the main principles of modern large companies, which is a Jewish philosophy, is that if you have an income of $10, spend $1 on living expenses. If you look at old companies, you will probably notice that family members must refrain from appearing in the media and showcasing themselves. You might not even know many of these family members. This is due to the involvement of Jews in the business world. If a Jew in Europe shows off, he will attract attention, and undoubtedly, some people will seek to harm him. Wealthy Jews have to dress in a way that doesn't draw attention and avoid ostentation to protect themselves from such risks. Spend $1 of your income on living. Set aside $1 for worship. Help others with $1. Invest $2 in new ventures. And always keep the remaining $5. This method of accumulating money is called the pitcher system, and it is a Jewish approach. The purpose of earning money is well-being and comfort. One definition of well-being is to have savings that can provide for your needs in times of necessity. Therefore, no matter how much income you have, if you can save half of it, you have achieved success. Here's an important point. The work you do should not only last for a lifetime, but also continue indefinitely. According to Jewish principles, being excellent in a job is not enough for one person's lifetime, and it requires a long time. Ultimately, there is always the possibility of failure or success in any endeavor. But authentic individuals are the ones who remain. For this reason, a person must teach the secrets of their work, which they excel at, to the next generation, their children. If they fail to do so and their children do not continue their profession, then they have failed. If you hear the stories of Jewish companies in different countries, you will see that each of these companies started from a small shop in a quiet street and later grew bigger. This is true because the concept of Jewish business says, if you are an ordinary fruit seller, do your job with love and passion. Do not flatter about the quality of your spoiled goods because someone in need will also buy spoiled goods. If you criticize your own spoiled goods, you will leave no room to praise your good products. Do not speak ill of your partner. Be loyal to your commitments. If you listen to these words, you will sell the most chairs in your neighborhood. If you have children who listen to your words, they will sell these chairs in their city. If they truly listen to your words, besides you, no one else will sell chairs. Now let's make these statements more tangible with an example from our own lives. Imagine you are a construction worker and you want your children to study. According to Jewish logic, this approach is wrong. If you are a construction worker and have the ability to save some of your money, the only thing you should do is learn the key secrets of your work. If you save enough money for your children to build and sell a house, your grandchildren will build hundreds of good homes for other people to live in. Another important point is that if you spend $3 for your friends, you will earn $5 for your children. What does this mean? Now you encounter a strange incident. When building a tourist pier, local merchants bid to operate the pier and offered the highest amount. But at that time, a mysterious Jewish merchant appeared and warned them that if they don't give me the management of this pier, not even a tourist will come here. Indeed, international travel agencies started canceling their cruise tours, and the construction management of the pier was given to that Jewish family. This is called supporting and assisting each other. Talk to someone who is knowledgeable in this area. Jewish merchants consult with a mentor in difficult situations. A mentor and guide outside the company who has experience in business, and because they look at events from the outside, guides the individual without involving emotions, always giving a more accurate opinion and thought about people in business. And contracts are always written. If you pay attention to people's conversations on the street, you can see individuals who have lent money to their friends but have been unable to get it back. Or they have become guarantors for their loans but have themselves become obliged to repay those loans. However, Jews never make oral agreements with each other. Trust and business are two completely different things because a person may do anything and forget what was said, but what is written remains. When there is an oral understanding, phrases like "I'll keep it for now until I give you the money. How much money do you want, my friend?" All your pain and sorrow is money or hurt, and you feel embarrassed. One of the tactics of intelligent Jewish individuals is to create a need or demand for a product or goods before selling them. First, give gifts and then sell. This is truly a clever idea. Imagine you have a tractor sales factory. If you give these tractors for free to large farmers, after a while, they will have to buy spare parts for their tractors or repair them. This also means that you are supposed to establish new factories in the area and sell tractor-related products. Additionally, the best advertisement for your business is people talking to each other in the streets. Any farmer to whom you have given a free tractor will become an intermediary for other farmers to buy tractors from you, because it is human nature that when someone likes a food, they want others to try it too. Ask yourself, is it really like this or not? Now, let's say that not all Jews who are not wealthy are definitely not wealthy, because societies need every class of people to survive. Yes, there are poor Jews as well. There are Jews who fail in the ventures they start. But the noteworthy point is that even though Jews make up only 2% of the world's population, they have achieved 90 to 100 times the success in business compared to their population capacity. This is a reality from which you should learn many economic lessons from Jews. It is evident that Jews are destined to be one of the influential societies in the world for years to come. I hope they make efforts for international peace as much as they have determination and willingness in the field of commerce.